point of attack defense, handling the basketball, hitting the three-point shot, and he knows not to curse on live television.
I try to set him up, too.
That's a good guy.
I try to set him up. I just set him up right? That's what the point guard is supposed to do. But what I love about DeAnthony Melton, he has, going through an injury is rough. He has had, a year to sit and watch. He's gone through his rehab. You see him out there. He has been able to come in, fit in seamlessly. Says a lot about his game and his ability to play and adapt to the game. But also, he's brought what the Warriors have been missing. He brought a guy who can penetrate, get off of, the defender, get into the teeth of the defense, create offense for his teammates. But one-on-one, whenever he's had a coverage on him and the play is broken down, he can just create his own offense as well. You saw a little bit of that today, Zena.
What's really cool, too, is you talk about the seamlessness. We saw this last year when the Warriors started out the season. Only 6 games played with DeAnthony Melton, but they were 5-1 in that stretch. And he was able to create, as he mentioned, his ability to shoot the ball, be able to create on the ISO. But it's also the defensive part, right? This is what the Warriors were missing so much last year, was a two-way guard they could trust with the ball, to trust to connect lineups. And that's exactly what we saw DeAnthony Melton do tonight and what he's going to hopefully continue to do for the Warriors.
Yeah, had the impact Thursday night in Philadelphia. Warriors barely lost that game. Of course, tonight they beat Chicago and go 2-1 on his road trip. But the start, we talked about the start. First 2 games on his road trip, the Warriors scored 22 combined points in the first quarter. 12 last night in Cleveland, 10 in Philadelphia. Well, tonight, they had 11 points in the first minute and 57 seconds. They scored 38. They make 8 threes, which is the most they've made in a single quarter all season long. And from there, they did not relinquish that lead. Now, Chicago made a run in the third quarter, Zena, but this first quarter was very impressive to start this game.
Well, I'm going to do something a little weird here. I might have to thank Chicago, okay? Because literally, the Warriors came out and matched the energy of the pace with which Chicago plays. And not only did they match it from a running perspective, they matched it with the ball movement. Remember, these two teams, the Warriors and Chicago, are number 1 and 2 in passes per game. And so you saw that mirrored out on the floor, both teams with the hot ball movement, being able to go in and out. And that's what you saw in that first quarter. Just really great penetration, really great ball movement, body movement as well. And Pat Spencer being the guy to lead it all.
I just thought the Warriors came in focused. 1, on the scouting report, they got stops. That's how you make a run. But 2 is, they just ran and created. I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. You got to get into the teeth of the defense. Pat Spencer, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Pajemski, all those 3 guys, their role tonight was to be creators and facilitators. And then when they started that, they started this trend around the team where if you move the ball, it'll come back to you. I saw Pat Spencer get into the teeth, create for QP. I saw Buddy Hield get into the teeth, create for somebody else. And then the ball came right back to Pat Spencer at the end. He got a layup from Jimmy Butler. This thing right here, that ball movement is making the Warriors very dangerous. But defensively, their instincts right now are to get the rebound, play to the scouting report, drive a guy, make him go right if he wants to go right, make him go left if he wants to go right, go gang rebound, and then run on the offensive end. These are the things that are making the Warriors successful right now. And to start the game like that, it just started to set the momentum, set the tone for the game.
Yeah, ball is not sticking. They're flying around defensively. They're contesting every shot. You brought up Quinton Post, 9 points during that run in the first quarter. He's letting it fly and then contesting on defense here.
Big fella.
The big fella's great. But I got to break down Jimmy Butler, who's made his return after missing a couple games with left knee soreness. And we saw more to say. Jimmy played first. No, I'm not breaking it down. I'm doing a lot of you, baby. I can break it down, man.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Break it down.
I think Jimmy Butler was an all-around floor facilitator tonight. I saw the Warriors match his hustle, that whole ball movement, the ability to hustle and get stops. It was so contagious from Jimmy tonight. Let's watch. Here you have Jimmy in the corner talking to people. Zena, take it away.
Yeah, so this whole play he orchestrates, right? First he tells Will Richard, go out, let me get this ball. As he passes it out, watch this point right here. Pass it over, pass it over. Now get off this screen, get off this screen. And right there, that cut through of Buddy Hield did what? Brought a defender, allowed for Pat Spencer to have a lane to the basket.
Look at this. His hustle right there. Look at how many Warriors ran back. Woo. This is what I'm talking about. When the ball moves, when your leader is playing this hard, everybody else follows. And I thought, going against the Chicago Bulls, this is a team that plays with length, they play with athleticism. The only way you lose this game is if they out-hustle you. Because offensively, what they do is they offensive rebound, they gang rebound, and they just run off of steals. I thought the Warriors did a great job. Turn the ball a little bit over, and that switched the momentum. But I thought the hustle of Jimmy Butler, the hustle of Will Richard, the hustle plays were what took the Warriors back into the game and took them above to win by, 30 points tonight? That was huge.
32 points. I mean, yeah, Jimmy looked like he had his big face coffee this morning. morning. Like, he looked like he was energetic. Clearly, the rest was helpful. This is going to be huge now as you see more the starters come back, right? Stephen, Draymond. And what's going to happen with that pace? You want to have a standard. And so being able to have a Jimmy Butler, your star, that typically, slows things down in the half court with that ISO ball that he typically has, the fact that he was running and getting the pace up, hopefully you'll see the other starters be infiltrated into that, and they'll keep the pace up for the Warriors.
19, 8, and 6 for Jimmy Butler, and I love what you said there.
Everything.
The ball wasn't sticking, and he played up and down. Maybe just watching a couple games saying we're at our best when we play fast and do not allow that defense to get set within the half court.
I thought he just did a great job of coming in, seeing what was working. The past couple of games, I think the bench and the role players have been playing well. But if you know anything about Jimmy Butler, you know that he plays very well with role players. This is one of the things that the Warriors brought him here for. His ability to connect the bench and the starters. Jimmy came in, fit right in, got past Spencer going, was directing traffic. We just showed that. But I thought he did a little bit of everything. Defensively, he was switching out. He was talking to guys, being that leader and that vet that you need on this team right now.
And what I want to see with Jimmy Butler a little bit, we know that with Jimmy Butler in the half court, he gets that ball right around here. If we're looking at the court, he gets the ball right around here. Everyone spaces out to the other side. What I like to see is him without the ball, flashing to the middle. Because as you're talking about, getting to the teeth of defense, getting into the middle, when Jimmy Butler flashes, he can finish. He can grab that and finish. We saw him get lobs night in, night out, all over the paint tonight. He can finish with a great diameter around him, and I think that when he's flashing off the wing, he's very deadly.
Huge threes in that fourth quarter to stop the Chicago run as well. He was rolling here, but they always say on Sundays the postal office is closed. Well, that doesn't apply to Quinton Post. The postal service was rocking and rolling, especially early in his basketball game. 9 points right away in that first quarter. He tied for a team high, was second on the team with 19 points, 7 to 14 from the floor, 5 and 10 from the three-point line, and he's also getting nastier and nastier on the defensive end of the floor.
QP is locked in right now, Bonte. This is a big man that understands his role. He's starting to understand the influence he can have on his team. On a small ball team, being a 7-footer that can stretch the floor is huge. But man, when you could defend like he's defending, when you can contest shots, when you can be the guy that can guard the ball screen, guard the ball handler, and get back to the big, be physical, rebound, all those things combined together are just making him a guy that you can't take off the floor anymore. I love that for QP, but one of my favorite plays was a play that's not even going to show up on the scouting report. He had a contest on the wing on, I want to say it was Kobe White, but it was a play in transition.
Oh, yeah.
He contests. I looked at you, see that? Because it was like a Luke Cornett, super fly out to the wing, just playing with a lot of energy, being that hustle guy as a big guy on the floor. I think he's doing a great job of being somebody that sets the tone as the big guy, the last line of defense, just understanding the game more and playing with IQ.
We're seeing his confidence grow in real time. We're seeing him get reps of being that person on the ball screen and being able to contain, as you mentioned, and get back. Being able to do that in high-stakes games in the NBA, we've seen Trace struggle with that in his previous years. We've seen QP struggle with that in their previous years. These two, I'll add Trace in there as well. These two are growing in front of our eyes, and their confidence and their ability to handle business within the arc. That's the biggest thing you have to do as a big man, is be able to take care of your business on the defensive end. Then you turn to the offensive. I mean, I was just watching that clip and just imagining catch and shoot with no dip. That's how quick he's releasing. That is unreal as a 7-footer. That's why Jokic can put the numbers up that he's putting up. You can't block that shot, and he's doing it with such a quick release.
He's letting it fly. He's playing defense, and overall, the Warriors have some chemistry here brewing, as they found out on this road trip. A 2-1 road trip. They've held their opponents to under 100 points.